out sound and everything here. If YouTube ever decides to, you know, like, show that I'm streaming right now. There you go. Seems like everything is going well right now, so I'm gonna start a new game because, like, yeah, I already beat the game, so.
Once upon a time, the infamous rover Reynardo plundered the floating isles. Then his mother called him to her deathbed. "Swear to me that you won't die on the gallows," she rasped. Reluctantly, he swore. And he whiled away his days at home with music, cards, and wine. But the Emperor had changed. He'd been good once, a shy, almost humble toad. He'd built universities. Then people started whispering about mass graves in the woods, midnight rituals, victims screaming. The Imperial Ravens would round up entire villages, and no one ever returned. The Ravens had come to Ubar scouting for ancient books said to be of great power. But the librarians had hidden the books, so they'd burnt the librarians. The citizens, outraged, had driven them off. The Ravens had come back with dropships. The kid had fled with one of those books. He was brave and dumb and wanted to join the rebellion. And Reynardo had promised his mother he'd protect him.
You know what? I'm gonna have to look back and look at the story because I totally missed like what majority of that story was. Because I haven't played it in a while and I was busy checking the chat. And yes, I apologize that the loading screens are long because they are long. There really isn't anything I can do about that.
The kid was looking down, watching his city burn. "Sorry, kid," Reynardo told the kid. "Look, if we give them the book, they'll leave you alone." "My mother died for this book!" "I promised her I'd protect you." "Oh, damn it." The kid had run off. With the book, of course. So Reynardo had to run after him.
Well, there really isn't anything we can do about the kid because, yeah, stuff will happen. You'll see soon. Oh, his name is Peter. Okay.
At the kid like he was their dinner, which probably was what was in their tiny brains. "Hey," Reynardo said. They cocked their heads at him. "Pick on someone as ugly as you." Wait, that didn't come out right. "For the Emperor!"
Yeah, wouldn't it be like pick on someone your own size? Yeah, it's been a while since I last played this. I did like the main story to get the whatchamacallit. I did the main story until I got the main the true ending, but I haven't gotten all the endings, so we're gonna see how far I can get when it comes to endings before I get bored or before I have to stop. So I plan on streaming for like at least a couple of hours. Can you hear the button mashing here? I don't think you could hear the button mashing, but I think we're good. Anything back here? No? Okay, we're good.
A dropship flew overhead. He hoped they hadn't noticed him. The kid.
Alright. Might as well just throw him off the bridge. Yep. Wait a minute. Oh, I thought I could fall off the bridge for a second.
Oh, right. The Gate of Heroes. Someone's idea of a joke, making the Skyship Docks a gated community. You needed a hero's sword to open it. And the kid was on the other side of the gate. Who let you through? Promise me you'll take the book to the rebels, or I'm gonna steal your ship. I'm not taking that damn book anywhere, and neither are you. Try and stop me, laughed the kid. I bet you don't even have a hero sword. And with that, the kid hopped away. Had to hand it to the kid. He was an idiot, but he had guts. Where was Renato going to get a hero sword?
Well, we can't do anything about that right now. We have to get some stuff here.
Ore and wind essence? Perfect.
Gonna have to craft ourselves a hero
A
sword.
hero sword. QED.
Yeah, but if this was like a first run through, I would have gotten an achievement here, but I kind of gotten all the achievements. As far as I could get.
This is what he got for settling down and finding
There's
people
no
to
way
care
I'm gonna
about.
get certain achievements in here
The kid's
because
mum had been a
either
swell
I
cook, and she'd
get
laughed at
tired of
Renado's
it
jokes,
or
even when he didn't know he'd made
other
them.
reasons, like I'm just lazy,
Raisins had come to
or
burn
I don't
them.
have time to
And
get
she'd
all
made
the
him
endings here.
promise to protect the kid.
I mean, I would like to
But she
see all
never
the
told
endings,
him where
but I
the
might
book
just
was.
YouTube them later.
Just the kid.
Who knows?
He came up to a ledge. It was too far to jump. There'd been a bridge here before, hadn't there? And there was Peter, giggling at him. How'd you get across? He asked the kid. Where'd you find a hook? I hopped, said the kid. Wise-ass kid. Hey, look out behind you! Q, said Renato. Ah, ravens.
You know what? I really wonder how old Peter is because he seems to be rather immature for a situation like this.
It was time to talk some sense into the kid. Just hook his way across the ledge and chase the kid down. Thing was, he hadn't used his hook since he'd retired. Damn it. Maybe if he meditated at that altar there, he'd remember his old skills. It was starting to come back to him. Something you never completely forgot, like how to freeze time when attacking. The more he fought, the more he'd probably remember. And there was the Farfarer. She was the fastest ship he'd ever known. She could do the Kestra run in 12 furlongs. Oh, so the salesman had told him. And something told him the kid was about to walk into an ambush. Stop! He shouted. I'm not giving you the book! Shouted the kid, and took off. No! Peter! The kid ran for it, and a goggler nailed him with its ivy.
And yeah, he's dead. I mean, hey, we warned him.
The book was unburned. Next to it were the buckles from the kid's shoes, and a kid-sized pile of ashes. Damn it. Why hadn't he lied and told the kid he'd take the book to the rebels? The kid would be alive now. Really pissed off and betrayed, but alive. Oh, damn it. Renato picked up the book. He couldn't let the Empire have it now. He was going to have to get it out of there. He'd be a wanted man. Probably have to join the rebellion just to have a place to dock. Well, he'd hated home life anyway.
Yep, like I said before, bad stuff was gonna happen. There was really nothing we could do about that, though. Why don't we just take out our anger and grief out on these boxes right here? That seems like the great plan.
What was the big deal about this book, anyway? maybe he should open it and find out. All that had been years ago. How many? The war was a blur, and now 3 Raven scout ships were chasing him. "Where are you running, rebel?" cawed the Raven captain over the loud hailer. Renato could see them cranking up their catapults. "Just going out for milk?" Renato yelled back. "Where can you run?" laughed the Raven horribly. Far behind him, another city was burning. The dark cloud above its island was thousands of Imperial ships. The fleet was doing a thorough job. "Take us to the rebel base! I will spare your life!" it cawed. The entire jury-rigged rebel fleet was only a few islands to the east. Beyond that were only the pillars of heaven, a sea of endless blood-colored tornadoes. The rebellion was out of time, unless Renato could bring a game-changer. Maybe he could. Renato had found out where he could find the pieces of the Sky Ripper, the legendary weapon that had exiled the lost gods. Surely a legendary weapon could win the final battle. On the other hand, his old friend Lapino had sent Renato a desperate message saying he had a brilliant scheme to save the rebellion. If Renato could only rescue him. Renato dived the Farfarer towards the abyss. As he felt the heat of the jet stream, the Raven ships peeled off, not stable enough to follow him down there. Now it was time to choose. Lapino or the Sky Ripper.
Alright, so this is legitimately how the game works. There's like 2 different paths. Like I said, the path of Destinies, you know. And yeah, we're gonna see which way we would like to take. We could either build the that Sky Ripper thing, or we could go visit old friends. I would flip a coin, but yeah, I'll do a coin flip thing. Yeah, if we're gonna do the thing heads, we would go after Lapino, or tails, we would go build the Sky Ripper. So let's go and see where this will take us. Okay, we got heads. We're gonna go after Lapino now.
Ah, Lapino. Apparently, the Mad Rabbit had sold a Pegasus that he did not exactly own. Lapino always wiggled out of trouble, given time. But he was out of time. The Ravens had figured out that Lapino was a rebel spy. If the fleet reached him first, they'd string him up for that. Never mind the winged horse.
You know what? It's always been my headcanon that Renato is the one that's narrating this whole entire thing. I don't know. That is just my headcanon. I don't think it's true. Anybody who watches this, like in the VOD, or anyone who ends up watching this randomly, they could like correct me if I'm wrong or something.
Lapino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen a winged horse. He'd only sold it. But wait, where was the prison? The village was empty. Had everybody fled the Ravens?
But yeah, this game kind of reminds me of...
Now, it's gonna be really short.
Like, if I... Like, to me, this game, it's kind of reminds me of a cross between, like, Bastion and, like, a little bit of Star Fox, but not exactly Star Fox, if that makes sense. I mean, if it makes sense. Let's go see if we have any gems to equip. We don't, actually. Okay. We don't have, like, anything to craft new sword at the moment, so I guess, yep, we're just gonna go continue on. Sorry, I'm trying to get comfortable here. Alright. Let's move on. So yeah, you're gonna end up playing, like, for those who are interested in playing, you're gonna end up playing this, like, some of these levels, like, over and over and over again, because there are, like, 25 different endings, which is also one of the reasons why I didn't get all the endings, because, like, going through all these endings without, like, some sort of walkthrough or some sort of help, it gets really, like, tedious after a while.
There was an inscription. Praise the sun.
Oh yeah, something completely random too. If you spin around, like, rotate the control stick really fast for like about a few seconds, you actually get an achievement for
People were frightened.
you get an achievement for that. I don't remember exactly what the achievement is, but I actually found that out by complete accident.
And listened to the raven's call about the Emperor's new taste in ritual sacrifice. Renado's blood was up. He just needed to smash something.
Yep, like I said, it's just like Bastion with like the random narrator guy talking and stuff. We can't go through there yet, okay.
What does the fox say? Asked one raven. Another one called back, "Oh, I'm dying!" And they both laughed hysterically.
I like how they made reference to the "what does the fox say" meme. Let's just be happy that they didn't start singing the song. Oh crap, I forgot about that. This is why I die a lot of this game, because never paying attention.
Ravens were landing everywhere. The advance guard. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lupino first, they'd eat him for breakfast. Or a snack. Ravens weren't picky. If they got hungry, they sometimes forgot to interrogate their prisoners. Even top spies like Lupino. Where had the mad rabbit got to?
Oh my goodness, it's good that they give you like a lot of health at this point. Later on, you barely get any health.
Renado felt like he was ready to learn new things. Thank goodness he didn't have to go to school for that.
Good
It
you
was
have the dash
starting to
ability.
come back to him. Something you never completely forgot, like how to freeze time when attacking. The more he fought,
I mean, I don't really use
probably
dash that
remember.
much because I like to explore around and stuff, but it could come in used. It could come like handy in certain situations, I guess. I really want to stream Dust and Elysian Tale though, but I don't have that. I wasn't the one that purchased the game. It was actually my sister's account. Yeah, I think it was my sister's account because I'm gonna have to go onto her profile and download it. So I'm not spending 14 bucks on the game again. As much as I like the game, I already have the Steam version and the 360 version. This is the only one. This is the only system I could stream it on. Because dealing with streaming on the computer is not fun, especially if you're really far away from the router. I think there are like...
just agree to disagree, said Renato. No.
I think there are like the little searching eye things here in this area. I could be wrong. Run faster, increase maximum health. We'll go with aggressive
his
defense.
own skills. He welcomed them back
Because countering, causing if you cause damage while countering, that's actually very useful. We can't go wrong. Sorry about that, guys. I had to adjust something. Oh, so there are no stalker camera eye things here.
Dirty and bloody, Renato finally reached Lapino. The rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Renato recognized the cards. It was Lapino's favorite deck. Oh, I thought you were in danger. I am. The ravens are coming. Oh, the prison thing. Right, yeah, see, this guard owed me 53 ducats, so we made a deal. They're very reasonable people, actually, for weasels. Now, I got a brilliant plan to kidnap Zenobia. We capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows, and that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who also happened to be a deadly sorcerer and, oh, his only daughter. That would be worth it. On the other hand, he could still get to the core of the Sky Ripper, even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It must have great power.
Alright, so we could either pay a call on Zenobia. Renardo and Lapino were back together, but Renardo still needed a game changer to save the rebellion. Maybe Lapino was right. Maybe they should go kidnap the Emperor's only daughter and greatest general, Zenobia. Extracting intel out of her would turn the tide in the Civil War, or we can find the eye thing, the core something. The core of the Sky Ripper. Like, Renardo and Lapino were back together, but Renardo still needed a game changer to save the rebellion. Even though Renardo could no longer get the Sky Ripper's armature, its core was still within reach. Maybe he could still harness its power with Lapino's help. I'm gonna flip a coin again. If it's heads, we go get Zenobia. If it's tails, we get the if it's tails, we go get the core. Okay, this coin flipping thing is not accurate. Okay, I guess we do heads.
Zenobia wasn't just the Emperor's daughter, of course. She'd been Renato's best friend in Sword Fu school. And you're still mad for her, the rabbit reminded him. They'd been close. She'd told him things no one else knew, but she'd never told him who she really was. She knows all the Emperor's plans, chuckled the Master Spy. She won't give them up easily. She'll tell the interrogators, all right, said Lapino. Taking her would change the game, all right. The city was already under Zenobia's control. I had to admire her efficiency. Renato shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators. Could he really turn her over to them? But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty.
Time to go capture Zenobia. I like how I ran away from the ore once.
Find high-quality ore like this just anywhere. Just anywhere. With chests.
Yeah, I like how I ran away from the ore once I got the, once I opened the chest. And there's dead people. That's very, very nice. Not really, but... my sarcasm. I wonder if we could get a sword upgrade yet. Or at least craft another sword. Oh no.
Renato hated gogglers. It was almost impossible to sneak past them. If one didn't spot you, another one would.
Yep, and once I destroy the goggler, it ends up seeing me anyway and I get zapped. Oh gosh, that's a problem? Okay, never mind.
I wonder what I could make with all these sword crafting materials, thought Renato.
Sorry, I get very paranoid when I have to do stealth areas and stuff. So that takes care of that. I wish they could give me experience.
Boy, if looks could kill.
Legitimately, looks can kill in this game.
So, what's this plan of yours? Use me as bait, said Lapino. And he outlined a slightly complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire, Lapino dressing as an old blind toad, and Renato hiding inside a monstrous watermelon. What could possibly go wrong? Thought Renato.
Go for Lapino's geese net, fire, toad, watermelon plan, or not the time for harebrained schemes. What does the coin flip tell us? These coin flip things are not very accurate right now. Okay, hopefully this one will work out better. We got tails for this one.
Oh, go ahead.
Or if I could actually get a
Sure you
coin
know
from
better,
somewhere.
said Lupino.
And yeah, Lupino was salty at us.
Boom.
We have nowhere near enough of the essence that we need. But we can upgrade our hero sword to level 2, so I think that's good. And we don't have any gems. So. Yeah, by the way, like, you could recover health over time with this, so I appreciate this.
He wasn't that good. Yet.
You know what? Speaking of coin tossing, I'm gonna be right back. Get a coin. Alright, I have a quarter, so hopefully this will work out better with coin tossing situations. Alright, let's go back. This is what I get for not paying attention.
Renato slinked through Zenobia's ship, making no sound at all. Where were her guards? Finally, he reached her bedroom. She was curled up on her bed. Oh, he'd forgotten how beautiful she was. How sleek. How soft. He tapped her on the shoulder with his sword. She became smoke. And he noticed he had a blade to his throat. Stay a while. Heard a familiar voice. Did you really think you could capture me? Zenobia said as her ship lifted off. Now I just wanted some privacy. Renato said, did you ever wonder why the Emperor adopted you? And he told her why. His Imperial Majesty wanted to bring the lost gods back. They could make him immortal. But to seal the bargain, he needed a sacrifice.
Hey, Quentin, what's up?
Someone who truly loved him. You're lying. She was furious. You can't prove that. I can. And so, they set sail for the Nexus.
I think I sense some unresolved tension between these two. And my PS4 is spitting out the Sonic Forces disc right now. I don't know what's going on,
Scientists
but
at the observatory
I
have
don't know if I should be
resurrected one of his
concerned.
victims. Well, he's not exactly alive, but it can talk, and it can't lie. You took a big risk. You know, I could just cast a spell to make you tell me where the rebel base is, and you wouldn't consider that cheating? She frowned. Ugh, fine. Let's go get your witness.
Alright, so
The rebellion had started after atrocities that the Empire hushed up. Renato had rescued a priest whose order had been massacred for one book. He had slept in a burnt village. Dead kittens.
I like how
and
he's
puppies had come to tell him what the
bringing some
Emperor
weight
had done
down
to
on
them.
the random that is concrete or stones, right? I don't know what those are.
Who needed bridges anyway?
Oh, I thought that was a sword thingy.
Sometimes, Renato really hated inanimate objects.
Knew it.
Ravens didn't smell any better dead, Renato thought.
Slow down time after a successful counter until your next action. Take a breather and plan your next move. Perfect strike. Attack immediately when the previous attack hits to land a perfect strike. Bonus damage and double combo bonus. Increase health. Or run. No, I don't want to run faster. I'd probably increase health.
Way better than being able to shrink down to the size of an ant. What was that all about anyway? She caught up with him. She seemed troubled. All right, out with it, he said. He sent his ravens to search for an ancient crystal. Something called the Iblis stone. Iblis? Isn't he one of the lost gods? He shivered. A stone dedicated to one of the lost gods. Oh, that could give great power. But what would the god demand in return?
Alright, so we can yeah, does this warp us anywhere? Nope, okay.
This was definitely better than pulling yourself up in a bucket.
I wonder how they
The
get the
scientists
fruits
on this
inside
island
of
had
the
been investigating the
crystals.
Emperor's dark rituals on their own. They were neutral in the civil war engulfing the Empire, but they could see that the dark magics the old Toad had loosed were changing the world. Renato hoped he and Zenobia weren't putting them in danger.
Yeah, the fire sword we won't be able to get for a while. Oh goodness, I hate this part.
Easy to dodge, but boy did they sting if you didn't pay attention.
Yeah, I can never figure out the pattern of those fireballs.
Ooh, Renato hated warlocks. The way they stayed back and lobbed pain and death from a distance. Cowards. Really dangerous, effective cowards.
Well, guess we're not gonna see where the other pathways take us because they went the wrong way. Or it's a one-way trip, excuse me, it's not the wrong way. And, yeah, bad stuff just happened.
It was good to practice your moves, thought Renato. Keeps you limber.
Okay, you guys just saw that I was hitting that box and it was being destroyed.
The observatory was a burning hulk. Dead scientists and black feathers everywhere. The Ravens had taken care to burn the reanimated witness to cinders. Zenobia stared around, shocked. The scientists had been neutral. They had no part in the rebellion. Take me to your council, she said, shaken. I have things to tell them. It was what Renato had gambled on. The Zenobia would turn against her father once she knew his madness. But the rebel base was secret. Could he really risk taking the Emperor's daughter there?
Alright, then other two choices. She could destroy everything. Renardo's plan worked. Zenobia was now convinced her father was mad and had to be stopped. Or was she? Did he really convince her, or was she playing him like a fiddle? Leading her to the secret base might be disastrous. He should lie about the location of the base until he is certain of her sincerity. He would take her to the mountains. Or he'd always trusted her before. Renardo's plan worked, and okay, that's the same thing. Did he really convince her, or was she playing him like a fiddle? He came this far. Why hesitate now? He should take her to the secret base. Okay, so if it's heads, it's the top one. If it's tails, it's the bottom one. Heads, it's gonna be the top one.
Renato reached Lupino by Farspeaker Toad.
No, we should take her to the base,
Insisted Lupino. No, I don't trust her. Nobody changes sides that fast, said Renato.
I better go to the base. Let them know you've got her.
Lupino said. Just meet me at the far side of the mountains. There's a shuttle here I can take,
Always has to be your way, doesn't it?
said Lupino.
Well, so we're not gonna trust her right away.
Zenobia was still shaking as they got out. I didn't know, she said. The Ravens kept it secret. At first they sacrificed prisoners, then villages near the frontier, and then an orphanage. Kittens and puppies. Sometimes he'd come back to the palace and it was like there were glowing things behind his eyes. I was so busy. I'll clear a path for us, Renato told Zenobia, so the Ravens don't see you. I need more materials, thought Renato.
Can we get the, next, no, not quite. We need more fire essence. And probably a few more ores. But we should be able to get, like, a, new sword at this point. At least that's what I remember last time I played, unless I took a different path. But it is what it is. We'll try our best to make progression, even if we don't upgrade the sword. Like,
When
get
Renato
another
went to the
sword.
china shop, for some reason the owner was always nervous.
I mean, because believe it or not, this sword is actually pretty weak, because it does get kind of hard to kill some of the enemies with this. Maybe we could upgrade it now since we got some fire essence. One way to find out. Nope, we need 4 more ores.
Hoped his hook didn't break.
I forgot you could hook onto enemies. Well, apparently you can't hook onto barrels.
There was an engraving. Maximum capacity, 130 people.
Well, that's a lot of people for a platform. I'm rather sleepy right now. And of all times to be sleepy, it's when I have to be streaming.
Zenobia came up as he massaged his sore arm. Her eyes were wet. He's been saying strange things. He asked me to do experiments, and some were wrong. They are banished, right? Said Renato. Gone forever. I mean, he couldn't actually bring the old gods back, could he? She didn't answer him. That frightened him more than anything.
Well, we're going to continue to not trust her. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I don't remember how it turns out. But it could be like a betrayal thing. I remember there was a betrayal ending. And it was rather depressing.
Renado's paws were getting numb. Calaveras really didn't want company, did he?
Wait a minute. His paws are getting numb. Doesn't he have gloves in this case? I don't know. I remember the artwork depicting Renardo with some gloves on, so he wouldn't happen to have sore paws in this case. But, you know what, I could be wrong. Excuse me. Oh, there was stuff there I could have gotten. There really isn't anything we could do, like, in the area behind us, because we don't have the right sword for it.
Huh? A lever? That was new. Most people still use doorknobs. Renado wondered if he should have taken Zenobia to the rebel base for real. Maybe she wasn't playing him after all. After the bleak talk about the Emperor's dark secrets, he was regretting his suspicions.
Oh gosh, it's lagging. Let's see here. You can't upgrade yet. Okay.
They came up on an empty shack. He gestured her in. "Where's the base?" she asked, confused. "I thought we could talk a bit first." "Oh, you think I'm playing you?" She was furious. "I'm betraying my father who picked me out of an alley, and you think I'm playing you?" She lashed out. Her claws sliced fire into his face. Energy boiled in her other paw. But before she could kill him, he slashed his sword into her heart. She staggered. "I could have loved you, you son of a bitch." And then she died. Renado stood
I remember this ending now.
for hours, unable to move. Finally, a ship landed near him. Lapino had brought the Farfarer. On board the Farfarer, Lapino couldn't stop grinning. "I can't believe you actually killed her. Why didn't I trust her?" Renado said. All he could feel was emptiness. "You killed the Emperor's daughter. You might want to run for it, if you care whether you live or die, that is." Since Renado didn't, he grabbed the wheel, and he sailed for the Imperial fleet.
Well, that did not turn out good at all.
Renado had never felt worse. Zenobia had listened to him. He had trusted him. She had opened her eyes to her father's evil. And everything he had hoped for. He had taken her to a dirty shadow. Was he so used to lying that he couldn't trust even the girl he had always loved?
Yep, well, this ending got very depressing all of a sudden now, didn't it? And my PS4 is making noises. No, I think the eject button might be stuck. Gotta get that fixed.
The portal was heavily guarded. It must go someplace they really didn't want it to go.
Not even gonna comment on the graphical glitch that just happened.
If they didn't want their things broken, they really ought to make them stronger. He'd once met a pirate captain. He used hooks to get around his ship. Oh, what was his name again? Hey, who do I have to kill to get a drink around here? You? Okay.
And if I only had the right sword for that, I could get some goodies, but nope. This is why we can't have nice things. I would like to play this game on Steam, by the way.
Sometimes.
I think I might. Like, there is a Steam version. If I got this on Steam, I'd. Aww. There goes the energy thingy. But yeah, if I got this on Steam, I probably might get all the endings for it. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I don't feel like getting exploded right now.
He could see the rebels reeling back as he plunged into the ranks of the Ravens. He'd had to kill the girl he loved, but he'd also blown the biggest opportunity they could have had to turn the Emperor's daughter against him. Oh, Reynardo could only laugh miserably. He was taking crazy chances now, swinging wildly. He expected the Ravens to take him at any moment, but they were running in fear. No one wants to fight a man who doesn't care if he lives. No one wants to fight a hero. Building these platforms was so expensive, they'd run out of budget for guardrails.
Gosh, I normally would have so much trouble going through this. I remember I died a lot the last time I went. Well, the very first time I went through this area, I died so much.
Soon he'd confront the Emperor. Funny that this whole war had come about because the Emperor feared death. Now it was coming for him. There was some sort of lesson there, wasn't there?
Oh wait, I remember. No, I remember how to do this. And here we go.
He was exhausted. Could barely think. He wanted to stop thinking. The rebels were already finished, and he was the last. The Ravens were coming for him personally now, in waves. It didn't matter. He was slick with his own blood. But it didn't matter. In the distance, he could see her, embraced by a halo of light, holding her hand out to him. Had she forgiven him? Would she take him to the halls of the Valiant? Then he felt steel in his belly, and his chest, and his back. And he lay down, and he couldn't see her anymore. Okay, that was weird. He could have sworn he just died. Instead, he was on the Farfarer, sailing away.
Alright,
from
so we
Umbar.
got the
was
ending
still
number
burning.
11 out of like
He'd
25.
burning Umbar
What
years
kind of
ago,
hero are
hadn't he?
you? A hero who goes on fighting when there is
Now
nothing
he
left
was
to live
back
for.
there.
That is very depressing.
Had all those years fighting the Empire been nothing but a vision into the future? A useful vision.
New
if it was
truth
true.
revealed. Zenobia has feelings
He
for
learned
Reynardo.
something.
Now,
Zenobia still had
how this
feelings for
works
him.
is, as you see, there's like 3 or 4 keyholes right on the side. And, yeah, there's 4 keyholes on the side. And once you reveal truths and stuff, those 4 keyholes on the side will unlock. So, right now we got one of the truths, which Zenobia has feelings for Bernardo. And in this case, we're gonna have to go back through the story again, through the game again, and try to get all the truths in this case. But right now, as much as I want to, I am literally falling asleep right now. I am tired. I'm sorry if the game got short, or if it was too short at this point, but yeah. So I'm going to end this stream right here. I might stream again a little bit later on to play some more of the game. I also want to figure out what's been going on with the PS4 because it's been acting funny during this whole entire game, just during this whole entire stream. But yeah, hopefully I might stream a bit later, or probably tomorrow afternoon or something. But I'm gonna stop the stream here, and I'll see you all later. Yep. See you guys later.